everyone, welcome in. This is another stitch with me. I'm stitching Watchmen by Lisa Parker, charted by HAED. And I did have a poll up. Oh, I've seen a hair in my face. I did have a poll up for you all to choose the piece that I would be working on. And there were 4 options. I got 47 votes, 47 people voted, and there ended up being a 3-way tie between this piece, The Favorite, and Village. So I didn't know what to do. I was supposed to film yesterday the Stitch with me, and I didn't know what to do because it was a 3-way tie, and I was like, well, maybe I should stitch 3 different Stitch with me's and put them all. I don't know. I didn't know what to do. So then Dar had the idea to just roll a 3-sided die. So I did, and it landed on number 1, which the first one of the 3 listed was this one, Watchmen. So I'm stitching this 1/1 on 28 count. That's wrong. 1/1 on 22 count. It's a gray, some kind of gray. Probably looks white on camera. I don't know. But it's a light gray fabric. 22 count, 1/1. Full cross. Everything I do is full cross. And I currently have 4,588 stitches done out of 335,500, and I'm at 1.37%. So we'll see how much we can get done today during the stitch with me. I'd like to at least, if not finish this diagonal, get a good chunk of the diagonal done. So we'll see. And yeah, you might hear Xena in the background. She was sleeping, and then as soon as I started to do this, I went to press the button. She decided to wake up, and so we'll see how long she lets me do this, because that's also a thing. But let me know what you're working on during this stitch with me. If you're stitching along, let me know what piece it is. If you're doing something else, feel free to share. I always like to hear what people work on when they watch my stitch with me's. And in my last one, I had a few people comment that my voice is soothing, which I never really thought, but I'm glad that you all, or at least a few of you, do find it soothing, because that's really the main point of these Stitch with me's for me that I do, is to kind of just keep you all company whilst you're doing something, whether that's work or housework or stitching, crafting, maybe you're gaming or whatever it is. So I found that those comments to be really, I don't think I replied to them yet, but I did find them to be very heartwarming, because that really is the goal or the purpose of my Stitch With Me's. So today is Wednesday, January 29th. First of all, can we just take a moment to say that January just flew by, but also seems to be taking forever, and I don't... Maybe it seems to be taking forever because I know a few of my friends have had quite a difficult January, so maybe that's why I feel like it's never ending. But it also just feels like we started the new year yesterday. So we're getting some heavy winds, so I don't know if that might pick up, but if you hear anything weird, that is what that is. So I usually have, well, I don't say usually, but I have set in my calendar to do Stitch With Me's every Tuesday. But like I said, I didn't know what to do with the three-way tie yesterday. So I'm a day late, but that's okay. So I don't know if next week we'll put a poll up or not. Or put a poll up for next week's, I should say. You seem to all like it, voting. Those of you who do vote, I do get quite a number of votes. So, and they're all pieces that I want to work on. So it's not like I'm putting something in there that I would be, if it won, I would be like, oh, I don't want to do that. So maybe, I think I put it up on Saturday, which gives you all a few days to vote. So I'll do that again this week, I think. Y'all need to, like, not do a three-way tie again. I'll actually probably put, what was it, The Favorite and Village, were the other two that tied with this. I'll probably put those back in the poll for next week, with some other options, fresh options. I love the colors in this piece. Still in the rocks and everything on the left side, so I'm stitching this in the diagonal, as you can see. So I want to talk about something with y'all. I want to level with y'all. I was watching another Floss-tuber this morning, and I'm not gonna name her because I don't want to, you know, call her out, or I don't want to put her, I want to say not call her out. It's nothing about her or against her. It's something that she was talking about that happened to her, and I don't want to I guess call her out. Like, if you watch her, you will hear her talk about it. Otherwise, I don't want people to go there and watch her specifically because I brought this up. If that, well, it makes sense to me, so that's all that really matters. But I was watching her, and she was talking about a comment she got on one of her videos. And the comment basically said, this person commented and said that her stitching was not neat, was didn't look neat, and that looked messy. I think that was the term. That her stitching looked messy, and that she should use a laying tool. And she talked about it and said that at first she was upset, and rightfully so. She was upset about it. But then, she said she wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, that maybe they were really just trying to be helpful. And whatnot. And quite frankly, good on her for, I guess, thinking that, because I never would have. That never would have. If that comment was left on my page, that comment would have been deleted so fast. But my thing is that we're all stitching for our own enjoyment, right? We're stitching, even if we're stitching a piece for someone else, or we're stitching to enter into a state fair, like a competition. At the end of the day, we're stitching because we enjoy doing it, and we enjoy the process, and it makes us happy, and maybe it relaxes us, whatever the reason, we're doing it for us. And unless someone says, I'm not happy with the way my stitchers are looking, do any of y'all have any suggestions of what I could do to possibly make it a little neater, or make them a little crisper, or whatever? Unless someone says that, you keep your mouth shut. If you don't like someone's stitching, whether it's you don't like the pieces they're stitching, or you don't like the way the stitches look, or you don't like, maybe they do things in 10 stitch or half stitch and you don't like that, whatever it is you don't like, watch someone else. Just move along. There's absolutely no reason to put someone down and take that joy out. Ma'am. This might be a short video, y'all. At least try to get half an hour. Zena. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, there's absolutely no reason to just make a comment like that and take away someone's joy, even if it's for a brief moment, and make them feel bad about what they're doing. Again, even for a brief moment. If you don't like anything about someone's stitching, there's the button to close the screen and to go find someone else. It's very simple. Just when she said that and she was talking about it, I got so angry on her behalf that someone would take the time out of their day, even if they were trying, even if they were legitimately just trying to be helpful. It doesn't matter. You don't do that, because that's not how it's going to read to the person that is receiving that comment, it's going to read nasty, right? And it is hurtful, and it is going to make them upset. And I got so angry on her behalf that someone would take the time out of their day to type that in and make that kind of comment. And honestly, I've been hearing a lot of similar things lately. Oh, I was watching another floss tuber in her latest video, and she's stitching an Amy Stewart piece, and I don't think I know it's not max color. I don't think it's max color. Let me just put it that way. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Basically, she was saying how that there have been people comment and say that, oh, the details aren't that great. You should, you should start it over, or are you going to start it over? And, again, if there are plenty people out there who are stitching Amy Stewart's max color, or whether it's regular size or super size. If you personally want to see that detail, go watch one of those other people. There might be many reasons why someone would choose not to stitch a super max color, and all those reasons are valid, whatever they might be. And as long as the person stitching it is happy with how it looks, that's all that matters. And again, if they're not happy and they say they're not happy and they ask for a suggestion, then by all means, help them because they asked for that help. But just because you don't like something that someone is stitching, just move along. Move along. There's enough hate in this world. We don't need to add it more in. We really don't. We don't need to add more in, especially for something that's a hobby, something that brings us joy. And all of us are stitching because it brings us joy. So let's focus on supporting one another and lifting one another up. And, you can have your opinions. I'm not saying not to have opinions. We all have opinions. But there's no reason to put someone down or share your opinion if you don't like something. Just move along. Watch someone else. Excuse me. There's plenty of stitchers out there who are doing floss tubes and lives and stitch with me's and all kinds of stuff. So that's my thought on that. And I had to talk about that with y'all. And also, I just want to say, if that happens to you, if you do yourself have a floss tube or any kind of, even if it's not a floss tube, but you do post videos on YouTube for something else, or, you stream live or whatever platform. If someone makes a comment that you find offensive or upsets you, delete it. You can do that. It's okay. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel guilty or upset for doing it. I'm not telling you to, but don't let something like that stop you. If you want to delete it, delete it. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel bad. It's your channel and it's your space, and you're inviting people into your space, but also you have your own. It's like inviting someone into your home, right? yes, you are inviting them in, so you're opening yourself up and you're being vulnerable to whatever they might do or say or act, how they might act. But you also have boundaries and rules, right? Like if you invite someone into your home and you have a rule of, taking your shoes off once you come in the home, excuse me, once you come in the home, and or you expect the people coming in to follow that rule, unless they have spoken to you about it and there's a reason for them not to do it, right? Or let's say someone comes into your home and they just act, they're just like throwing stuff and whatever and breaking stuff. Like, yeah, no, you would ask them to leave. You would get them out of your space. So think of it like that. It's your space, and yes, you're opening yourself up. You're inviting people in, but you also need to protect yourself and your space. And don't feel bad doing so. So let's work on supporting one another and lifting each other up. We're all Stitchers. Or most people watching, especially Stitch with me, I would imagine. Most people watching a Stitch with me are Stitchers. But even if you're not, it's still holds true, right? Lifting each other up, supporting each other, not tearing each other down, being that community, being that family. And I'm going to talk about this in my next floss tube, which I know I've been not keeping up with that, but my next floss tube, I'm probably going to talk about what we just talked about again, because I know not everyone watches Stitch with Me's. But I also want to make the announcement that for many reasons, I'm mostly taking a break from social media. I have deleted my Facebook. I'm no longer on Facebook at all. I used to have a personal account basically so I could have my business account for my candle business. And then I started joining Facebook, like the stitching groups and whatnot. But I have deleted my account, so there is nothing on Facebook at all. So if you've noticed that I have left your group, because I know I was in a few people's stitching groups, it's not because of anything you did. I just have completely left Facebook and I'm no longer there. And Instagram, I will no longer be posting on. I did delete the account, and then I realized after you delete that, you have like a grace period of, I forget how many days. You have a grace period to change your mind. And after I deleted it, I had the thought of, wait, that's how I talk to a lot of stitchy friends. So I went by, canceled so I can still talk to the people that I talk to. However, I will not be posting anything else on there. I did, and I don't go to my feeds or anything anymore. So again, if you see me not interacting with your posts and whatnot, it's not anything you did. It's just I am literally only using it to chat with people and my stitchy friends. So if you want to get in touch with me, you still can through Instagram chat. the DMs or whatever they call it on Instagram. I basically only go on there if I get a notification that someone has sent me a message. Otherwise, I don't go on Instagram at all. I am on Blue Sky. Is that right? Yes, Blue Sky. I did set up an account. I'll try to remember to put it down below. I think I have like 2 or 3 posts on there. So basically, stitchy things that I would have put on Instagram, I'll now put there. And on my my Ko-fi page. I need a sip of water. And on my Ko-fi page for everyone. So for anyone who isn't familiar with Ko-fi, when you post something, you have the option to post it for everyone to be able to see, or members to see. And so things that I would have put on Instagram before will now go on Ko-fi for everyone. So even if you're not a member, you will still be able to see it, and or Blue Sky. But I am also I'm posting some stuff, but I am taking a step back and just kind of trying to be, not that I'm trying to be less, I just hit my stand. Not that I'm trying to be less active, but that I'm trying to protect my mental health and not be on social media too much. So if I seem like I'm kind of disappearing, it's slightly true, but also I'm just on different platforms, even though I'm not quite as active on those platforms. So I've just moved a bit. And someone did ask if I will still be posting like progress pics and whatnot in my Discord, and yes, I will, and I have been. My Discord isn't changing; everything is still there, and will still be just as active and all that jazz. So if you are in the Discord, the Crow Coven, you'll see things that nothing will change there. And if you would like to join it, the link is below. But yeah, I just wanted to let you all know that, because I didn't want to just disappear without some sort of, I know Instagram is still a go-to for a lot of people, so especially stitchers, or a lot of people in the stitching community, I should say. And Facebook, yeah, there are a lot of like I was in a lot of stitchy groups, and whilst I wasn't very active in them, I would still go and check and post every once in a while, or like and things like that, interact a bit. So oh, we're about a half hour. I think I'll finish this thread. It's gonna be a short one today. But like I said, Xena decided to wake up and start playing and everything as soon as I went to click the record button. So I'll finish off this thread, and be sure to look for the poll for next week's Stitch With Me that I'll put up Friday or Saturday, whichever day I remember to do it. And again, if you would like to join the Discord, the link's below. If you want to check out the Ko-fi page, the link is also below. Oh goodness, where did I get to? There. There we go. So that's 181 stitches. And I got to 1.42%, so that's not bad for a really quick half-hour video. But thank you all for joining me, and feel free to share what you were working on, whether it's stitching or not, below in the comments. And I'll see you next time. Bye.